I've traveled the world to discover how people of different faiths have imagined life beyond death. But I've come back to New York to explore something brand new. How science is beginning to study the possibility of the afterlife. I arranged a meeting in Central Park with critical care physician Dr. Sam Parnia. Now, I know you've done an enormous amount of research in this sphere. Sam has studied more than 100 cardiac arrest survivors, people who were technically dead and came back to life. Some of them came back with profound experiences.
We know that actually, for thousands of years, people who've come close to death for any reason have had these very profound, deep, in some ways mystical experiences. People feel an immense sense of peace and comfort and joy when they go through death. They may describe a sensation of actually meeting deceased relatives, friends, or others that they don't really know, but who are almost like welcoming them. So I think what we're beginning to understand is that we have very much a universal experience of death that most of us will probably experience when we go through death.
One of the things that you've come up with that I find extremely fascinating is the idea that even without brain activity, people come back expressing these experiences. Is that explainable at all?
It's important to understand that when a person has died and they've turned into a cadaver, it's only at that point that the cells inside the body start to undergo a process of death, which can take hours, if not days of time. And so actually we have this window of time where we can bring people back to life. And the experiences that they have gives us an indication of what it's like for humanity when we go through death.
In religious belief, almost all, you die, but only in a corporal sense. The essence of you, your soul, goes on. Is there any scientific support for the idea of the soul?
Today we call the soul consciousness in science. So we can test this theory scientifically and see, does consciousness continue or does it stop? The evidence we have at least is that when a person dies, that part that makes us who we are, the psyche, the soul, the mind, the consciousness, whatever you want to call it, me, it doesn't become annihilated. It doesn't disappear into thin air. It continues, at least in the early period of death.
Really?
Absolutely. It continues when the brain is not expected to be functioning and when a person has gone through death.
I'm extraordinarily interested, and you've been just incredible.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to meet you.
It is amazing that science is now quantifying death, even defining the soul. The afterlife, something that has fascinated us since the dawn of religion, now seems tangible. There's still no way to escape physical death.